Hey there. Today we're going to be conducting a bit of experimentation with your imagination. Now, go ahead and close your eyes and think. Think of the most loyal, loving creature you can. Picture it clearly in your mind. This creature is loyal, brave, charismatic, fun to be around, and will always be there when you're having a bad day to make it better. You got a good idea of what this thing looks like? Yeah? Alright, you can open your eyes. Yeah, you were thinking about Chainer, weren't you? So, here's the deal. Chainer is like the perfect example of someone who is too good for this sinful world, and he is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of the phrase, victim of circumstance. You see, Chainer was a central character to the Odyssey storyline and was a member of the Cabal. And yeah, I know the Cabal is basically just the American banking system with satanic cultists glued on, or just the American banking system, but Chainer, yeah, he's just a good guy. Sure, he wants to be a high-ranking member of the Cabal and all that, but in his heart, he's just a good boy who wants to do good boy things. In fact, when he wanders out of the city one day on his way to donate to charity or adopt a puppy or something, he stumbles upon a magical orb. And this magical orb, yeah, it's like the One Ring if you taught it to play GTA while on crack. This bad boy immediately starts talking all that good shit on my man Chainer, promising him power and glory and all that jazz, but Chainer is such a good boy that the orb just doesn't work on him, and he decides to hand it off to his boss because he's a loyal dude. His boss, by the way, is this ratty fuck. Meet Virat Meglan, and besides looking like a bedazzled scrotum, this guy is the Cabal Patriarch. He runs the entire show, and once this fossilized ballsack gets his hands on the orb, he's like, "Mwahaha, the dark side of the Force, blah blah blah," and immediately whips up a plan to use it for vague evil? Sorta? Okay, so the orb, and yeah, Meglan names it the Mirari, but that sounds lame, so we're going with the orb. The orb is put up as a prize for the upcoming big tournament, and this will attract all sorts of fighters to the Cabal pits, and Meglan's evil plan, yeah, it's to just kind of profit off of all the fighters. Yeah, it's basically it. Yes, I know there's more to it, but basically this guy's evil plan is have magic orb, get money. A fucking legend. Anywho, one of the guys who shows up to the city of the Cabal is this meatwall named Kamal, who's balls to the walls gassed up like ethanol. I'm sorry, I won't do that again, I promise. Seriously though, this guy is a unit, and while you'd normally think someone that looks like this would just punch anything that approached, he's actually a chill dude, all things considered. Kamal and Chainer hit it off really well and quickly become good buddies. Not that they have a lot of time to go goat karting or do shit like that, because a dragon attacks the city, Kamal kills it, but a turkey takes the credit and the orb and leaves town, with Kamal following in hot pursuit to reclaim the orb. And while Kamal's off on his adventure, Chainer just kind of stays behind to do his own thing, you know, normal stuff. Train to become an evil magic user, get his arm blown off by Kamal's smoking hot sister, watch his best friend and mentor die in front of him in a horrible death match orchestrated by the Cabal Patriarch that shatters Chainer's worldview to its core. You know, normal stuff. Anywho, the orb ends up back in the Cabal's hands, and Kamal ends up back in Cabal City, and he teams up with Chainer, and these two dudes just fucking wreck the tournament scene. Seriously, they're basically unstoppable. Too unstoppable, actually. Scrotum Face tells him to cool it for a bit, but Kamal is like, "I am incapable of cooling it, fuck you," and breaks up the team. But he doesn't break up with Chainer, they're still BFFs for life, and when Chainer needs to go into the woods to punch some animals, Kamal's there. When Chainer needs to defend the city from an army of Jehovah's Witnesses, Kamal's there. When Chainer needs to graft an abomination against God onto Kamal's skin, making him stronger, more adorable, more powerful, well, then Kamal has some doubts and bounces. But seriously though, this guy is stuck around longer than he really should have. Anywho, immediately after losing his BFF, Chainer has an epiphany. You see, throughout all these wacky and disconnected events, he's been the only person who can use the orb without fucking it up. The turkey fucked it up. The squid man fucked it up. And if Chainer can use the orb, why does he need to follow the orders of the before picture from a skin cream ad? Yeah, he's been a good boy. He deserves a reward. He should be in charge of the Cabal, not Darth Nutsack the Old. And, he just kinda does exactly that. Chainer takes the orb and takes control of the Cabal with no consequences whatsoever. The orb still has no effect on him, and he retains his good boy status. And yeah, he's such a good guy that he goes ahead with the big tournament for the orb, just as planned, and during said big tournament, he decides to spice things up by unleashing an awesome and cool army of unspeakable nightmares that just kind of start ripping everyone apart in a really cool way. And hey, Chainer's been such a good boy that Kamal even came back, and yeah, Kamal's there to fight, but that's just what you do in tournaments, right? Chainer is such a good guy that he fights Kamal too. After all, he wouldn't want his bestest buddy to be bored or something. Of course, with the orb, basically Chainer is unstoppable, so he goes to finish the fight and... Do I have to say it? Yes. Chainer doesn't actually have complete control of the orb. When he recalls all the nightmares he made to finish the fight, the spell backfires, and all the horrors merge with Chainer. He's reduced to a pitiful, writhing pile of flesh. All he can do is say sorry and beg to be put out of his misery, and his buddy Kamal he's right there when Chainer needed him most. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye! Welcome to the gym, or else we'll call it the Forge, because we are pumping that iron! Yeah, that's cool and all, but why is there a poster of Chainer from Magic the Gathering? We hang up posters of bros we lost that we wish we could save. I understand now. I would save him if I was there, bros.